everyone, welcome back to another Kevin's Kreations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cardwell.
And today we have a fun new deck. It's going to be a little different, but it's still one of the new rulers. It is with Lenneth, and the name of the deck is A Goddess Never Tells. So we got secrets, and we're trying to keep them removed from everyone.
Yep.
But before we get into it, guys, we just remind you that we do have a Patreon. The link will be down below. Go check it out. See what you like. See what you don't like. Let us know. And give us some extra love. It'd be much appreciated. It really just takes an extra $1 to show us that extra love. With that, let's get into this deck. So Lenneth, the Priestess of Vell-Savaria. She is the white-red ruler that you get with the buy a box. And she's got Stranger 10. So you can have a Stranger deck. 10 of them. No more than 2 of each copy.
Yep.
Judgments for 2 white and 1 red, and then energizes a white and a red, so you get either or. And then when a light regalia enters the field under your control, choose one. If the regalia is caduceus, choose up to 2 instead. You choose a stranger from your stranger deck at random and put it in your hand. Remove the top card of your deck from the game, then draw a card, or remove target resonator with total cost 1 or less from the game, or you may pay 0 to do judgment this turn. So more often than not, you're going to want to get a stranger for sure, and then any of the other abilities when you're playing caduceus, because that's just what you're doing. And then she judgments into Lenneth, the Priestess of Vell-Savaria. She's an 11/14, and she enters, remove target non-J ruler, non-magic stone entity from the game. And then a God's Art, Power of Magna, is a white and a red. Choose a card from your stranger deck at random and put it into your hand. Then you may put a stranger from your hand into the field. And she is a 12 protective deity, so that does help a lot. We did not know that the first time, but we now know that.
We finally discovered that.
It helps because her staff caduceus allows you to play things with 12 protective deities, so you get to help with that.
Yeah, so no longer am I frustrated if I have to play her and then I can't use the God's Art immediately.
Yeah. But yeah, her backside is really, really strong. It's not as, you don't get a free stranger like the other two do, but you get to remove something, so it's kind of worth it.
And it's not a maid, so if their opponent has nothing, then don't judgment.
Yeah. You have to lose something.
Yeah.
But we'll go through her strangers real quick, or the ones that I got for it. And first up is the Red Wizard. She is 1 red for a 6/6 stranger, and enter this card deals 600 damage to each resonator your opponent controls. So just to help clear the board. Next up is the White Wizard. He is 1 white for a 5/7 stranger. He's got Drain. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to resonators with 1/1 counters on them by chance and abilities. And then enter, distribute 2 1/1 counters on up to 2 target J resonators you control.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so he just gives out counters and helps you protect your dudes, which is really strong. And then this deck's all of it, it has a lot of ways to put counters on things, so it helps out. Next up is Amaterasu, the Oracle of Sacred Text. She's a red and a white for an 8/8 stranger. Other light or fire resonators you control get +2/+2. And then you may pay 1 less to play light or fire resonators. So if you make sure your stuff costs less, awesome. Thor, the White Lightning. He is a red and a white for an 8/8 stranger. And he enters, remove the top card of your deck from the game. Destroy all non-magic stone entities your opponent controls that share the total cost of the removed card now. It used to be different, but it is now total.
Yes.
And he has a pay a white. This card gets +0/+2 until the end of turn. And pay a red. This card gets +2/+0. So he has fire breathing
and head butting, I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what they call it, but
just big booties.
Yeah, you can make him +2 or on either side, which is really nice because he can either block really hard or attack really hard.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 blue ones. We have Undine the Spirit. She's a blue and 1 for a 7/7 quick cast flying. And enter, return up to 3 target non-J resonator non-magic stone entities to their owner's hands. So regalias, additions, whatever.
It's really good.
And then we have Ishtar, the Great Goddess of Kindness. She is 2 white and 2 blue for a 10/10. And put non-stranger resonator from the graveyard into the field. And she is a goddess, which is the main part of it.
Yep. Alright, now we'll go and get into the resonators here. Of course, our first one is Dark Alice, the Rabbit Princess. It's 1 white quick cast, 2/5. So, cards in your graveyards cannot be a target of spells or abilities your opponent controls or be removed from the game. Enter. Draw a card, then discard a card. Banish any entity. Repeat this process once. As long as there's a Resonator, Chant, Addition, Magic Stone in the graveyard, Magic Stones you produce tap for any color, pretty much. So, pretty much you just come in, draw a card, sack something you don't want, draw another card.
Yeah. if you do have the ability to get the mana of every color, it's actually really useful in this deck, but we'll get to that. So that is a thing, but it's not like you don't have to stress for it.
You don't have to do it, yeah.
Just it's good. Next up is Keeper of the Present Verdandi. She is a 1 red for a 1/1 goddess, and you enter, you may remove a card from your hand from the game. If you do, draw a card. And then this card gets +9/+9 and first strike as long as there are 10 or more cards in your remove zone. So for 1 mana, you're like, cool, play this dude, remove a card from my hand, and I get to draw a card. So it doesn't, you don't lose a card.
Yeah.
And you help get her and all of her sisters bigger, because they all are all about the remove zone.
Yeah, and late game, if you do 1-drop 10/10 with first strike, it's pretty good value.
Yeah.
The next one is Keeper of the Future Skuld, 1 black and 1, 5/5. She is also a goddess. Enter. Remove the top 2 cards of your deck from the game. This deals 100 damage multiplied by the combined total cost of the cards removed this way to target J/Resonator. Now this card also gains +3/+3 and swiftness as long as there are 10 or more cards removed this way. So just come and play, hopefully merc something, and then just go about your day.
Yeah. Next up is Keeper of the Past Urthr. She is a red and 2 for an 8/8. Enter. You may remove 2 cards from your graveyard from the game. If you do, this card does 200 damage multiplied by the total cost to that creature, or to that J Resonator. And then this card gets +3/+3 in precision as long as there are 10 or more removed. So if you have 10 or more removed, all 3 of those girls get really, really big.
Oh yeah. They're very cheap too.
Yeah.
Now, one of the amazing cards in the deck, Athena, the Guardian of the Blaze. She is also a 12 protective deities and goddess, which works out really well.
Yeah.
2 white and a red, 8/8, Flying Drain. And whenever this card gains life, you put 2 1/1 counters on this card. And how you do that is you just pay 1 white. You gain 200 life. And 1 red, this card deals 100 damage for each 1/1 counter on this card to target J Resonator, which she deals the damage, therefore you're gaining that much life. And it's just a ridiculous, insane card.
Yeah. Next up is also a 12 protective deities and a goddess.
Yep.
And everything else in the game.
And a rat.
She's Alice, Zeus Incarnate. Blue, white, and 1 for an 8/8. This card gains all races and all zones. And as long as there is a Resonator, Chant, Addition, and Magic Stone in your graveyard, this card gains +2/+2, Drain, Eternal, First Strike, Flying, Precision, and Swiftness.
Yeah.
And you pay 1 of each color, remove target entity from the game. So the Dark Alice, that's why she's there, is to help you be able to play every one of those colors. And it's just, it's a goddess, so it helps out with this. There's a lot of silly cards that work with goddesses, so you get them quicker.
Yep.
And Caduceus actually helps you play her second ability because it's a 12 protective deity. So you're like, cool, I have at least a red and a white free.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just play 3 stones and you merc something.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Next up is one of the bigger hitters of the deck, Alisaris, the Invader of God's City. He is red and white and 7 for a 10/10. You pay 1 less to play this card for each card in your removed area. And then enter, put a card from your removed area into your hand. And you can pay 0, reveal this card from your hand, put it on top of your deck or into your graveyard, or remove it from the game. So he can help fill whichever one you need. So in this case, if you need to get a creature or a Resonator in your graveyard for Alice to work, you can be like, hey, cool, put him in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to remove from your hand to get more cards removed to make it easier for you, you can do that too.
Yeah.
He's really silly, and when you're removing a whole lot of cards, he gives you 1 of them back. And you get to choose what card you get back, so it's kind of like a weird tutor.
Especially if you can just do it for 2 mana. He's a 10/10 for 2. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Alright. The first spell, though, that we have here is Crossing Point. It's a red and a white quick cast. It's a mage art. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of goddess resonators among them and put them in your hand. Remove the rest from the game. Now, the fact that you can do this instant speed and all your stuff pretty much besides 1 or 2 is a goddess.
Yeah.
You can just draw value.
You're almost always going to hit 1 or 2 Resonators with that at least. And then it auto removes the other cards.
Yeah.
So it helps all of your goddesses get more powerful and just helps you get other silly stuff.
So immediately that can be like 6 or 5 cards removed for 2 mana. The next one is Light of Raise and Revive. It's also red and white quick cast. Choose 1. Remove target non-J ruler, non-magic stone entity with total cost 3 or less from the game. Just get them out. Or put a Resonator with Total cost 3 or less from your removed area into the field. So all these, especially Alice here. And then, or search your deck for a light regalia, reveal it, and put it in your hand, which is probably the least one you'll pick, but the other two are really powerful.
Yeah, but it is a thing. If you need to get a Caduceus, you can. Next up is Invasion of Alisaris. It is a red and a 1 for a quick cast mage art, and remove the top 3 cards of your deck from the game. This card deals 100 damage multiplied by the combination total cost of all those cards removed to target J Resonator. And he's got Remnant, so you can do it again. This card's just there to help you shoot something if you really need to. It's also really good if you have a red wizard in your hand, because you're like, cool, pay a red wizard, shoot your board for 6, invasion, shoot the whatever I need to kill it for the rest of it. Because it's a gamble, because you don't know what you're going to hit. Whether it's 1-drops, then you're only shooting for 3, but if you hit something bigger, then cool.
The only guarantee that you have that I just realized is what the 0 of this guy is for, to put him on top of the deck. So you can just be like, put him on top of the deck, invasion, deal 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, or 9, I guess.
Yeah,
that's
and
pretty.
Like, ha, zat.
Like, zat, gotcha.
Next up is Memory of Disappearance. It is one of my favorite cards of Force of Will. And it is 1 red. It's a chant. Put target card from your removed area into your hand. So it's literally in this deck a 1-mana tutor.
Yep.
Because you're removing your deck with a whole lot of other cards, and this just helps you get there. Because you're like, hey, cool, that card that I need, I'm going to put it back in my hand.
Yeah, seems good. And of course, the regalia here is a Caduceus. It's red and white. It's mythic, so you can only have 1 on the field. Your J Ruler gains Drain, which is powerful, since she's 11 damage. Tap. Produce 2 wills of any combination of red and white. Spin this will only to play Strangers, Mage Arts, and activated abilities of 12 protective deities. So that means her God's Art, which is nice. And that also means Athena's insane ability to gain life or shoots 2-3 things down.
Yeah.
Immediately.
It also helps with 12 protective deities, like you said. So Alice, she triggers it too.
Yeah. So yeah, you can tap 2 of those and then 3 will, and then you're good. All right. The next one is Seal of Lenneth, one of the most powerful just remove spells. 1 white addition. Enter. Remove target non-J Ruler, non-Magic Stone entity your opponent controls from the game. When this card leaves the field, put a card from the removed area that was removed by this card in the field owner's control. So yeah, that's just good.
Just 1 mana, get out of my game.
Just everything you have, just get out.
And then they have to waste a kill spell to kill your addition just to get whatever they want back.
Yeah.
And you don't care at that moment. You're like, that it did its job for when it needed it.
Yeah, and now you have addition in the field for Alice, so
yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, cool, thanks. Next is Vell-Savaria, the God City. It is a red and a white addition. You enter, put target regalia from your graveyard into your hand, and you can tap, produce a white and a red, spin this wheel only to play Strangers. So it's mainly there to help you get Caduceus back when they kill it a lot, or if you kill your own regalias.
Yeah.
It's just there to help you trigger your front side of Lenneth a lot more, really. And then the final card of the main deck is the Palace of the 3 Goddesses, which is a red, white, and 8. It's an addition. You pay 1 less to play this for each card in your removed area. And enter, put any number of goddess resonators with different names from your hand into the field. Pay a red and a white, put 2 encounters on target goddess resonator. So if you have a whole bunch of cards removed from the cards that remove cards, then this card costs a lot less.
Yeah.
So like it can cost 2 mana, which is kind of silly. So you pay for 2 and you drop like 4 dudes.
Yeah. Because
all your resonators are goddesses pretty much. And then after that, you just get to pump them up.
Yeah.
Put 2 counters there, put 2 counters there, because I don't have anything else to do with this mana now. Just put counters there.
And then if you have the stranger or whatever has counters can't be hurt, then that's good.
Yeah, then it just helps you get more value out of it.
Yeah.
That is it for the main deck. The stones are relatively simple. We have 4 Ataractia's Memoria, which is the produce a will of any will attribute shared by your J Ruler. 4 Magic Stone of the Heat Ray, which is the red-white dual. 4 Magic Stone of Light Vapor, which is the white-blue dual, and it's really just there for Alice and the 2 strangers. And then we have 1 Fire Magic Stone, because you're going to be losing some stones to Alice, so that way you can at least get the ability, so you might as well have a couple extra stones. And that is it as for the deck. We do have a couple honorable mentions, because we don't really do sideboards, because things change every meta everywhere. And the two that I have right now is Spirit of the Goddess. So if you don't want to do the whole Alice Incarnate package, you can change them for these, for the Dark Alices, which is Spirit of the Goddess. It's 1 white for a 4/4 flyer. Enter, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a goddess, reveal it and put it in your hand. Otherwise, put it on top or on bottom of your deck. And then remove this card from the game, produce a red, spin this wheel, only play goddess. So it can help you play them quicker if you need to and dig for them. But I wanted to use the Incarnate package, so I just decided Dark Alice is a little better because she does relatively the same thing.
Yep.
And that's just where I was at. And then finally, if you need more kill spells, you can put Torch in the Timeline in, which is 1 red, quick cast. This deals 100 damage to target Resonator for each card in your removed area. So you should be like 1 mana, deal 7 to that dude. Thanks. Get out. It's there to just help you kill things if you need to kill things.
Pretty good.
That is it, guys, as far as the deck. It looks like a whole lot of fun. It's going to be wild to see what it does. The deck list will be down below. Give it a check, see what you like. And if you have any comments, give us a comment. We'll see y'all again next time. Goodbye. Also, guys, I just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.